blankets in winter. Pump house. If you got a light in your pump house, folks around here, a lot of people have wells and they got a light in your pump house. Check the light in your pump house. Change the bulb. Put your new bulb in your pump house. If you heat tape, if you got exposed pipes, make sure they're insulated, wrapped, foam insulation. If you need to use heat tape, put some heat tape on them. Don't forget about your spigots. Vents under your crawl space. This is open air discussion. I'm not going to get into it because some say keep them open, some say keep them closed. I always like to keep mine closed during the winter. I'm not, I'm not worried about moisture. Never had no problem with that. So in the winter, I close mine. It keeps it warmer underneath the house, Bad or blown insulation, add some. If you can see your floor joist in the attic, you need to add some insulation. Attic and insulation saves 5 to 10%. Can you imagine 10% on your electricity bill every month? If you got a $100 bill electricity month, that's $1,200 a year you can save. That's just at a $100 electricity bill. Add some in your crawl space. If you add some insulation now, you can get a tax credit. So that's something to think about as well. Curtains. People might laugh. These curtains help hold back the cold air. They really do. Even blinds. Another thing to think about. Get you some of the cans of foam that comes in the, it comes in the can. Fairly cheap. Fill your holes and gaps up. New thermostat. A new programmable thermostat saves 10 to 12%. That's another 10% you can save. If you got a hollow doors on the outside, like I used to have here in this old house, I finally put up some new doors. Get rid of the hollow doors. Watch out for your drafts underneath the door. They make these door stoppers you can put underneath your doors to help hold the draft. Those work. If your feet are always cold, put rugs down. If you got a hardwood floors, laminate floor, and just put some rugs down. That'll help keep your house cool. 85% of your house heat is lost in the attic. So that's a lot. 85% of your heat that you lose goes up through the attic. If you got a generator, fire it up. Stabilizer in it. Gutters. This is for the people up north. Of course, you already know this. We don't need this down here, but clean your gutters around here. We got a lot of leaves. Clean your gutters, but they make a heat cable that you can put underneath your first row of your shingles that helps keep the snow and ice off your gutters. You might want to think about getting that heat cable. Change your furnace filters. Simple stuff. Dryer vent. Watch out for your lint and your fireplace, the flue. You got a lot of heat going up your fireplace, so put up a glass door or something like that. I got several pages of some medicines I want to go over with you. Some medicines to stock up on. So if you got an ink pen or pad, you may want to keep it handy. I'm going to run through this list pretty quick. Like I said, a lot of people's watching Walking Dead. Tonight's Rick's last night. He's going to shoot them up, and he's going to shoot some zombies in the head tonight. Medicines to stock up on. Of course, you need a water filtration system or a way to purify water. That's just part of being a prepper. Of course, you got to have food, security, and shelter. I just wanted to throw those in there. Now for some medicine items. Triple antibiotic cream, Neosporin, and that kind of thing. Just something simple, cheap you can buy. We all know about the aspirins, ibuprofen, Advil, that kind of thing. Mucinex for respiratory infections. Don't forget your cough medicine. You can be writing these down. You can come back and watch it later. Diarrhea medicine. You need some diarrhea medicine. If you're not eating right, you'll dehydrate, and you will need some diarrhea medicine. You don't want that to happen. Pepto-Bismol, Tums, kaopectate, antibiotics. Most people, you go to the doctor to get your antibiotics. If there's a situation where you can't go to a doctor, what you going to do for antibiotics? Anybody ever heard of fish mocks? Fish mocks. This is a long debated story. I'm not going to get into this either, but it's the same thing as regular amoxicillin that you get from your doctor. You just go to your Walmart, Kmart, probably order it off Amazon. Last time I looked, it's not cheap. It was $15-20 for a bottle. But it's the fish mox. It's the same thing as amoxicillin. It's the same thing as amoxicillin. So you might want to do this Google, do a little bit of research on that, and it's a lot cheaper than going to the doctor. Like I said, if you can't get to the doctor, you need antibiotics. Multivitamins. A lot of people say vitamins don't do any good. But if you ain't not eating it once a day and you're in a bad situation, your body will crave and use every bit of your vitamins. Of course, bandages. Hydrogen peroxide, alcohol for cleaning wounds, cough drops, anti-itch cream, Benadryl, antihistamines, Claritin. These are just some of the things you might need. You might need to pick up Sudafed, Claritin, calamine lotion, hydrocortisone cream, knee brace for people with bad knees. If you know you got a bad knee, you should already have a brace, but you may be in a situation where you may need one. Get you a knee brace. Get you some Ace bandages. They're good for sprains. It's always good to have those around. Prescription drugs. I always stay on top of my prescription drugs. I go to the doctor every 6 months, so I always get a new prescription. So each time I go, I get a new prescription. So I'm always a year ahead in advance on my prescriptions, and I'm not worried about them going bad because they're not going to go bad by the time I use them. So that might be something you need to think up on as far as stocking prescriptions. Thermometer. You need a thermometer. Blood pressure cuff. If you have blood pressure problems, you should already have one. Active charcoal tablets for poisons and toxins. Don't use regular charcoal briquettes. You got to use the tablets if you need to get the poison out of it, overdose, that kind of thing, especially if you got kids around. Ammonia inhalants. When someone's fainted, you put a whiff of that underneath their nose. You may save their life. Digestive enzymes. Enzyme supplement and digestive aids. Helps restore the body to proper balance. If you're not eating right, these digestive enzymes just may help you, Frankincense is a natural immune booster. It's been around since the biblical times, and helps fight infections. Green black walnut wormwood. I've never heard of this before, but it helps treat parasites from like water. So if you're not in a situation where you don't know whether your water's clean enough or not, you might want to think about trying to locate some. Like I said, I've never heard of this before. Green black walnut wormwood. Somebody said CBD oil. I've heard of that they got all different kinds of that, don't they, Larry? I think they got different kinds of CBD oil. Zantac, Prilosec, Tagamet for acid reflux. I got acid reflux, and I have got to have my Prilosec, or I'll die. Golden Seal. It's immune support. It's a popular as an antifungal and active bacterial. It promotes healthy immune system. I've heard of that before. Hurricane. That's for tooth pain relief. These are just some items you might need to stock up on. Potassium iodide tablets. I hope if you're in serious prep, you've already got some of these. Prevents thyroid cancer if exposed to radioactive. Iodine follows. Let me repeat that. Potassium iodine tablets. Prevents thyroid cancer if exposed to radioactive iodine. Following a nuclear reactor accident or a detonation of nuclear weapons. So, your thyroid is what collects the iodine. So this iodine tablet, potassium iodine, helps prevent you from getting thyroid cancer. Matter of fact, the thyroid is the only part of the body that absorbs and stores iodine too. So they're not that expensive, and they got a pretty long shelf life too. I think I got mine off of Amazon. Melatonin for sleep aid. On the flip side, caffeine, 5-hour energy drinks, boosters. I use a lot of those where I work at. Sometimes you got to have them, you know. Oregano oil. It's good for bed bugs, fleas, lice, mosquitoes, tapeworms, vaginal infections, cold, and flu. Salt slick capsules for muscle cramps. If you do a lot of walking, if you can be doing a lot of walking and hiking, salt slick capsules or salt tablets. Some natural medicines. Aloe vera for sunburn, camphor for acne, cuts, insect bites, coconut oil to cook with, elderberry prevents swine and avian flu, Epsom salt soothes aches muscles, helps flush out toxins and improve absorption of nutrients. Honey kills, honey's real good. It lasts a long time. Of course, you always hear about them finding honey in these pyramids, but honey helps kills bacteria, you know. It's a topical antibiotic, and you know, use it to eat with too. So peppermint oil keeps pesky critters away. It burns their nostrils. For like spiders and rodents, that's peppermint oil. It burns their nostrils. So if you got a problem with rodents and spiders, you want to get you a gallon or two of peppermint oil. Vitamin A, the single most important thing you can do to prevent measles. People don't talk about it, but vitamin A. Antibacterial soap. You should have some of that anyway, especially in the wintertime. Touching doorknobs and that kind of thing behind other people, you know you're going to get sick. Syringes, tons of Band-Aids, and an N95 mask. That's one of those approved masks. You should already have some of those. Dermabond, it's the same thing as super glue, except it doesn't. It does serve the same purpose, but it doesn't burn your skin like super glue, especially if it's a child. I mean, super glue may burn a child's skin, but an adult, I've never had any problem with it. But if you really want to get into seriousness, skin staples and remover. I know I fell off a ladder one time and had to staple my head back together, so maybe that's what's wrong with me. But magnifying glass. Several reasons to have a magnifying glass to start a fire with, or you may have to be able to see something. If you're like me, you're half blind, you can't see. Safety pins, tourniquet, or just get you some bandanas to use a tourniquet. Snake bite kit, water purified tablets, Monistat cream for the ladies, Alka-Seltzer, Vaseline, plenty of uses of Vaseline, eye wash, and EpiPen. Is your EpiPen updated? Here's a few dental things. Because if you're in a situation there's not a dentist around, you may need some dental work. Get you a small hammer and a large hammer, depending on the tooth, and just knock your tooth out. No, I'll just put that in there. I just wanted to say that. I take that back. You don't need no hammer. But they do make a dental extractor that you can buy. I've never seen one. I don't know what it looks like. Every time the dentist is extracting my tooth, he said to knock me out. But they got some dental extractors and fillers that you can pack in if you lose a filler and all. And you can get those. You just got to order it. But they say they're pretty easy to get. Baking soda to brush your teeth with. Hydrogen peroxide for mouthwash. Clove bud oil. It numbs your pain if you apply it directly to your tooth. Dental floss, toothpaste, and toothbrush. Larry, what CBD oil do you use? That's just some of the things. There's a wide variety of things you can use. Everybody has their own list. There is no right, there is no wrong. You know what you use, you know what you need. So get what you get what you use. Don't buy some stuff you're not going to use or just sit there. You're wasting money. I went over this about a month ago. I'm going to read over it again. Some winter stocking stuff for your car. Keep your tank full of gas. Snow chains. We don't need no snow chains here, but we need mud tires here. We don't get no snow. But keep some water in your vehicle, blankets, sleeping bags, quilts, coats, gloves, hats, boots, flashlight, extra batteries, a rope, shovel. These are just some things you need to keep in your trunk of your car. Um, some high visibility flares, reflectors to put out, or something just to tie to your antenna, something bright. Tools, of course, you got to have some tools with you, you know. You never know when you may need something. Jumper cables, fix it flat in your car, a tire repair kit, a small compressor, or one of those jump starter boxes with the air compressor and the jumper cables. First aid kit, whistle. You can hear somebody from a long way with the whistles. So if you're stranded, that may be something you need to put in your vehicle. Duct tape, a good jack. Get you a good jack. Jacks come from the manufacturers, ain't worth the crap. It's a non-perishable food. You need to rotate it though. Don't let it sit in there and in the trunk of your car and get hot and then expect it to be good, because it won't be. Or don't let it keep freezing. Get some that won't freeze. Make sure your exhaust pipe is never blocked. That's a good tip if you got snow. Like I said, we don't get no snow here, so we don't have that to worry about. Remember, you can always use the floor mats and the carpets in your car to wrap up with, or to make shoes, to put over your shoes if you need to walk in the snow. If you got to rip the seats in your car, if you're stranded, you got to rip the seats in your car, take a knife and just rip the seats in your car, get the insulation out and pack it in your coat to help keep you warm. Clove. Somebody asked what clove. That would be let me find it. That would be apple salt, elderberry, coconut, clove, oregano oil, hurricane, clove. Somebody asked me a question what that clove was. I'm just trying to find it. I got so many pages of stuff here. I'll look that up in a few minutes. I'm about finished here. I'm going to wrap this up and then I'll look that up. Like I said, rip the seats from your foam in your car. Y'all follow the link in the bio and check out the Reddit Network. I'm now a member of the Reddit Network, and they got a lot of good stuff on there in there for sale. They don't have no cheap crap, okay? They got good stuff. I'm not going to sell them a cheap crap. I don't need nobody complaining about cheap crap or wanting to send it back. You know, I don't want no part of no cheap crap. Clove bud oil. BUD. Clove bud oil. I mean, today I just Googled around a bunch of places, and a long list, and I got pages, and I just pulled some stuff that I thought people would notice and recognize, and or would use. And like I say, everybody's got their own special items they like to use. So just don't buy stuff you ain't gonna use. And I went through the list pretty quick. I wanted to end it 25 minutes, pretty good. Anybody got anything? If not, I take that back. I got one other thing here. One other emergency kit checklist. I'm gonna run through it. It's 2 pages. This is from the Emergency Management Division of South Carolina. I got these when they've had their hurricanes. Let's see, water, food, we went that, batteries, flashlight, whistle, garbage bags. I guess you could use some garbage bags. Manual can opener, cell phone charger, we all know about that. Family emergency contact information. Sleeping bag, fire extinguisher. I didn't mention fire extinguisher. You need to have one in your home as well. Matches in a waterproof container. Duct tape. See. first aid kit here talks about. Let's see what they got. Sunscreen. I didn't think about sunscreen. Thermometer, antiseptic, moisten towelettes. I guess a needle kit, tweezers, bandages, gauze, lots of gauze. That's it. That's all I got for tonight, guys. We got to go watch Rick. Rick's gonna shoot him up tonight. Thank you, Chantel. Hope I pronounced that right. If you got any comments, just leave a comment. Just want to do something quick. My next video is going to be on, this might be a debated topic, but guns. We're just going to talk about handguns. We're going to talk about whatever handgun you like to use, whatever you may carry, what you like, what your preference is. We're going to talk about shotguns, you know, whatever caliber you may use, may want, may need. I'll try to answer any questions that you may have. I'm no expert. I'm no expert in none of this here either. Just do this for, just to put some ideas in your head, you know. So do your research first. But we're going to talk about shotguns. We're going to talk about hunting rifles, calibers, you know, 22 rifles, that kind of thing, high-powered rifles. We can touch into the AR. I'm not much in the AR. I'm just not. I got one. That's about it. I can shoot it, but that's gonna be our next video, and I may do that tomorrow night, which will be Monday night. So I may do that tomorrow night. Matter of fact, I know I'm going to do it tomorrow night. Come back tomorrow night. We're going to talk about guns. I had some people ask me about guns, so if you're not into guns, you think it's a violence, I understand. I respect you, if you know. But anyway, I'm gonna end it tonight. Y'all, appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going on 30 minutes. It's a pretty long list of some of the things. Just watch it back over. Leave a comment. Like I said, check out the link in my bio, readynetwork.com/Doomsday Preppers of South Carolina. Check out the good stuff they got going on there. They got a lot of good items. And remember, we are on YouTube right now as well. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Google+. We're on Twitter. We're Doomsday South on Twitter. That's all I got for you tonight, guys. I appreciate y'all coming in here. And like I said, I'm going to be back here tomorrow night. We're going to talk guns. This always seems to be a topic. Could you also include information on the best way to learn how to use a gun and choosing one? Go take a class. I'm just being honest with you. If somebody asked me information on the best way to learn how to use a gun and choosing one, I'd go to a gun store. They got classes. If you want to get your CWP, a lot of the gun stores around, I don't know where you're from, but a lot of the gun stores offer CWP, concealed weapons permit classes. In order to pass that class, you have to shoot. It's pretty easy. I mean, it's easy. But you'll learn how to shoot, and then go to a range. I don't know where you're from. Just go to a range. Most ranges charge, it's been a while since I've been to one because I have a place to shoot. Most places charge $10 for 30 minutes, and you can go in there and shoot. Get your CWP license first. That way you, or go to a gun store and buy your gun, and they'll walk you through it. They'll walk you through because they want to sell you the gun. Get one in your hand, whatever feels good to you. You don't need no big old bazooka, no big bulky, you know. If you got small hands, you want something small that's going to fit in your hands, you know. She says she's local in Columbia. Palmetto State, I'm not here to promote anybody else's, but Palmetto State Armory, over there on Fernandina Road. You got the place out here on Highway 378. You got, you can just Google it. You got the guy over there off in Red Bank, Kilo. Um, he used to be called Defender, but he's done bought them out. There's several places in Columbia that you can go and just tell them, hey, I'm new to a gun. I'm new to shooting. I want something that I can fit in my hand. Tell them the reason why you want it. Um, and just tell them, talk to them. Just like I'm doing, just talk to them and tell them, I've never shot a pistol. I want something reasonably priced, and just put one in your hand and just see what feels good to you. Some of these places will let you shoot a gun before you purchase it. Okay, that's what I would do. I know Palmetto State Army lets you do that, but I feel sure some of the other places will let you do that as well. They'll let you shoot the gun before you buy it. You can't beat that. If I was a female, 380, maybe a 9mm, especially if it's your first gun. You don't need no. I think I'd get at least a 380. Y'all help me out, the other guys in here. 380. Um, she talks about the classes. The classes, I think when I got my CWP class, it was what, $75. But then you got to get your license as well. What's that? $75, $100, but it lasts what, 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. But the people at the ranges, they'll help you out. I mean, they want to sell you the gun, they want to sell you the bullets, and they want your range time. And a lot of them even give you free range time if you buy a handgun from them. I know the place out here, but my last handgun I bought out here on 378 Highway, Lexington shooting range, I got free range time when I bought a pistol from there. So you can't beat that. But just shoot a couple. Shoot a 380. Shoot a 9mm. You don't need a 40 caliber. You don't need a 45. You don't want no 25. I mean, you don't want to. There's no sense even wasting your money on that. And don't be scared. I mean, it's dangerous. The gun is. You can kill somebody with the gun. And one of the things they're gonna tell you in this class: don't point your gun at nobody unless you plan on shooting them. And you better be prepared to shoot them. So that's something to think about. That's one of the things they tell you. Don't pull it out and point it. Don't pull it out and point it unless you need to, and you're going to have to shoot. And when you do, you're going to have to shoot. It's something to think about. Can you shoot somebody? If somebody's pointing back at you or doing bodily harm, I feel sure you can. And but you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's just practice. Practice makes perfect. Get you some range time in. Learn to shoot. And it's no big deal, mate. The first one or two times, couple times you shoot, you're gonna be, you're gonna. But after you get a good grip and they show you how to hold a gun, it's nothing to it. It's not. I mean, matter of fact, a lot of the women are better shooters than men because they have better eyesight. That's what they say. Women have better eyesight than men. So, but look at a 380. Look at a 9mm. You don't need nothing big. You don't want no 25. I mean, I got one or two of them. But you don't need no 40, 45, 40 caliber. I got a Taurus PT-111 is what I tote. A Taurus PT-111. I like it. It's not too big. I mean, I don't know, are you going to tote it in your purse? If you're going to tote something in your purse, depending on how big a purse, a 380 would fit in there. I mean, it just depends. If it's a meth head, somebody like that, even a 9 might not bring them down. You may need a 45. So each situation is going to be different. You know, this is a touchy subject. But one thing's for sure: if somebody hears something go bow bow, they gonna stop and look and think what they're doing before they continue what they're doing. That's the main thing. Most guns, a gun is loud, so 25 may be all you need if you need it. If it's gonna fit in your purse. But I think I try to go with something a little bit more. Just go to the range and shoot. Tell me you want to shoot a 25, a 380, and a 9 mm. That's all. That's the only three you need to shoot. And for now, and who knows, you may be the best shot in the world, and go get you some range time. You got a friend, get you your friend. Both of you go get your class, go get you some range time, and you'll enjoy it. You never know. You never know. You never know. I hope I never have to pull my gun. I hope I never have to, whether I'm out or whether I'm in my home. Um, was you looking for something to tote or something for protection at your house? Because if you're looking for protection at your house, you may need a shotgun. And I'm not talking about no big 12 gauge. I'm talking about a 410. A 410 slug is about the size of my finger. If somebody's got a chunk of lead like the size of my finger coming at them, it'll go through this wall by here in my house. But anyway, I've gone on long enough. I'll be back here tomorrow night. We're going to talk guns. I may have some bullets here to show you different sizes of the bullets. That way, some of the people don't know what it is they're looking at. And anyway, I've gone on long enough. Y'all like this video, share it. Make any comments, good or bad. Hey, just it is what it is. And I thank y'all for coming out. And let's go finish watching Walking Dead and see what Rick's going to do. And this is Ricky signing off. Thanks, guys.